What's good, y'all? My name is Vanessa, and I'm back with another video. Hi, you guys. My name is Vanessa, and I'm here with another video. And this video is one that is honestly probably going to be one of the hardest videos I've ever done or had to do. I guess it's so difficult because I don't like talking about this, which is another reason why I'm trying to do this video. It's not something that I enjoy talking about. I actually never talk about it. But it's something that I deal with and experience every day. And I know that although it is a rare condition, I know there are people out there that have it, and I'm still learning about it. I'm still trying to get through it. I'm still trying to deal with it and cope with it. Every single day of my life is a journey. So without further ado, I'm gonna try to stay on track because it's a lot, and I'm gonna try not to talk for an hour because I don't have an hour to talk. I'm gonna get right into it. So first question, what is IC or interstitial cystitis? So if I hit okay Google, what is interstitial cystitis?
According to Mayo Clinic, a chronic, painful bladder condition.
Okay, so that really doesn't tell you much, right? It says a chronic, painful bladder condition. Yes, that is what it is. It's a lot more to it than that, but that, I guess, to sum it up, if you can sum it up, that's the best way they knew how, I guess. It's common. It says it's more than 200,000 U.S. cases per year, which seems like a lot, but it's millions of people in the U.S. I'm going to read this definition and then I'm going to tell you my definition. But it says it causes pain in the bladder, pelvis, penis, or testicles. So men or women can have it. It's not just for women or not just something that men can have, but anybody can have it. There are a long list, which I'm going to post here. As you guys just saw, it's a lot, but I'm not supposed to have like processed foods or anything like that, nothing with sugars or caffeine in it, you know, nothing. If we can just sum it all up, I'm not supposed to have anything, okay? That's how I feel. So it's really difficult to avoid having it, but pretty much when I drink or consume any of those things, I immediately feel it. Like I get intense pain in this entire area, and it's rough. First off, in order to control the pain, I have to drink at least 1 gallon of water a day, and it's not a choice. I have to. If I go too long without drinking water, I will be in so much pain that I have to go to the hospital, and it's happened multiple times. So I have to drink at least 1 gallon of water a day. And what I do is if I eat something that I'm not supposed to, drink something that I'm not supposed to, I just drink a whole bunch of water to try to wash down my body, because what happens is when it sits, like in my bladder area, it irritates my bladder, and that's what causes the pain. And when I say the word pain, y'all, like and I'm not exaggerating, the pain is the worst, because it has taken over my life. You know, it's hard, you know, just turning 30 and, you know, having to realize that it's a lot of things that I can't do anymore. Like my life centers around using the bathroom. I use the restroom anywhere between no less than 20 to 60 times a day. And I'm not exaggerating. Like I would say if you want to, like on an average day, somewhere in the middle. So I use a lot of toilet tissue. And I can't really go anywhere where there's not a bathroom near, you know, or I can't really have access to a bathroom. Road trips are hard because I have to stop every 15 and 30 minutes to use the bathroom, and I'm not exaggerating. Like, this is my life, y'all, and it's been like this for the past 4 years. It's been like this for the past 4 years. And I think that's another hard part too. It's hard to go from having a life without it. I'm not gonna cry. but it's just hard to just not be able to do the things I used to do. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on a second. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. I told myself I'm gonna get through this video without crying, but I got my tissues just in case. So I think one of the hardest parts is not being able to do the things that I used to do, and just having to cope with that reality, and being afraid to do things, like being afraid to go places, or not wanting to be social, not wanting to, be around too many people, because number one, I'm already an introvert and I don't like people anyway. And if I go around people, I don't feel the need to have to explain myself. This is enough. Me dealing with it every day is enough. I don't want to have to go around like, oh, I'm sorry, I have a condition that causes me to use the bathroom. I don't. It's none of your business. Okay, it's obvious something's wrong. A normal person don't go to the bathroom, that much. So like, chill. You know what I'm saying? And the pain can overtake me. And when I say pain, like I mean like to the point where I have to get down on all fours. Like, and I will say that happens at least 3 or 4 times a day. Like it becomes debilitating to the point where I can't walk. Generally in the mornings is the worst. I haven't had a full night's sleep. I can't even remember the last night I've had a full night's rest. I probably make it on a regular night. I'll get 4 hours straight, and that's on a good night. That's like if I done went through the day without really having too many issues and drinking water and stayed away from most of the things that I wasn't supposed to have, and I'm consuming water like on a regular basis, then 4 hours. But then I have to get up and use the restroom, and then as I get up and use the restroom, I have to drink water, because my body has to be flushing itself out all day, even while I'm sleeping. It has to, because if that sits, it's a problem. Like I said earlier, 200,000 people have interstitial cystitis, and I think it's like, I'm gonna correct myself if I'm wrong, but I think it's 1 in 4 cases of that actually have developed an ulcer from the condition. And I have an ulcer because of the condition. I know exactly where it is. I always knew where it was, and that's how I knew something was wrong, because of the ulcer. And it's crazy because I feel like I'm all over the place, as I was explaining to y'all the night thing, but I can't explain how the night thing is as dramatic as it is without explaining the ulcer, because that's the hard part. So me sleeping all night irritates the ulcer, and that causes, like, in the morning it's hard for me to walk. Like usually if you see me in the morning, I'm kind of walking a little hunched over, or you kind of see me walking kind of like I may need a cane or something, because it's hard to walk when I'm in pain like that. And anytime you move your legs, you're moving that part of your body, and it hurts. So mornings are always rough. I mean, generally, it's very rare that I have a morning that I don't have to wake up. Now, once I drink like 1 or 2 bottles of water, I start flushing my system out, I feel better. But I always start my morning off with pain and have to bring myself back, and that's rough. I'll talk about that later, but that's rough. So yeah, so that's how my days start off, and then I try to eat something, try to pick something that can sit on my empty stomach and not irritate it. I have a dirty confession to make, you guys. I drink coffee every day, and it has caffeine in it. I'm not supposed to, but I love coffee, and I am not ready to give that up. Maybe one day, can't make no promises, but you saw that list. Okay, you saw that list. It's a lot of foods I don't touch. Okay, but my coffee. And another plus from the coffee is the fact that it helps me. In some of this video may be TMI. I'll warn you guys when it gets to those points. It helps me poop, and that's another thing that relieves pressure, because I guess the pressure of having poop in my body like pushes up against the ulcer, and that causes pain too. So once I like release that, then that helps. I know this is weird. It took me a while to figure all this stuff out, and I'm glad I know now, because before and now, I guess this is a good segue into this part. Before I knew what was going on, y'all, my life was a hot mess. I was in Georgia. I was living in Georgia, and it got to the point, well, by the time I moved down there, my symptoms had already gotten to the point where I knew something was wrong with my bladder, but it wasn't too debilitating to the point where I couldn't like function like without it really impairing like me having to shake my day around it. I was still kind of normal, I guess, you know, at that point. And so I got to the point where I got a job, got health care, all that good stuff. And when I went to the doctor, I took every test in the world. I was like, yo, is something going on down there? Doc, you need to help me, okay? I don't know what's going on, but let's fix this, because I ain't got time for them type of problems. So went to a regular physician, and he gave me every test in the book and found out that I had diabetes. And so I was like, wait, what the heck? Like, what? So that's another video. I will put the link down in the description box, because that's an entirely different conversation. And so he made me believe that all these bladder problems were because of diabetes. So 3 doctors and 3 emergency rooms later, I'm still in Georgia, and I'm still thinking that what's wrong with me is diabetes. Now, I will say that I'm glad I was able to get rid of that. And again, that video down in my description bar, it explains how I got through the diabetes. But oddly enough, a lot of the foods that affect diabetes affect the disease that I have, or the condition. I don't like to call it a disease, the condition, or whatever you want to call it, that I have. And so as I was managing the diabetes, my condition was seemingly getting better, but it wasn't because of that. So I'm thinking, okay, diabetes, whatever. So I got rid of that. Got rid of the diabetes, but then I'm still having this bladder pain. Like, why am I still having this bladder pain? So it got to the point where I was having issues because of the diabetes and the medicine, and I was passing out, and I just got really sick. And I was stressed out because I'm this young, I'm having health problems. I'm a single mom. I'm out in Georgia by myself with no family. You know, it was really hard. And I had my son. It was just really hard. It was really hard. So I ended up moving back to South Carolina, which was one of the best decisions I could have made, even though I hate to admit it, because I'm not gonna go there. But anyway, so came back here, got you know, healthcare, started going to the doctor, and ended up realizing that, you know, it wasn't the diabetes. And I had an amazing doctor. Her name was Dr. Thompson, and she's no longer my doctor anymore because she left the doctor's office that I go to, so I miss her. But she was so dedicated to helping me figure out what it was. A nice little short little black lady. She was so sweet, and she was like, I don't know what the heck is going on with you, but we're gonna figure this out, because she gave me every test. And then we were still unable to figure it out. I mean, all my tests came back great. I ain't had no STDs. I ain't had no nothing. It was just like, what the heck is causing this pain? But I knew, I was like, I'm not crazy. Like, it's something there. So she was like, well, we've done all the tests that we can do. So, well, they did do an ultrasound, and they found like the fibroid or whatever. So they thought it may have been that, but she thought that she knew that there were some more layers to it. So she referred me to a, why can I not think of this? I'm having a soda brain fart right now. Oh, duh. She referred me to a urologist. And the urologists, of course, have specialized medicine and specialized training to handle issues down there. So when I went to the urologist, that's where I realized what was really going on. All right, y'all. So I went to the urologist, and I had to get a series of testing done to figure out exactly what was going on. So the first test was basically, it's called like a bladder retention test. So what they had to do, and this is TMI, y'all, you can kind of skip forward if you don't want to hear this, or cover your ears. I'll let you know when the TMI is done. So they had to basically stick two tubes, one up my urinary tract, I know, yeah, and another one up my behind area. But basically, I had to tell her how full my bladder was. Right? Doesn't really make sense. It's hard to explain, but that's what I had to do. So it's like a little chart. And the first one was like, imagine you're getting in a car and you're driving on the road. You're on a road trip, right? So you're on a road trip, and you first feel that sensation that, okay, I'm gonna have to stop and go to the bathroom eventually. So that was the first one I had to tell her when I first felt like that. And then the second one, then it's like, okay, now tell me when. Now I'm like, okay, I need to start looking for a restroom. Okay. Then the third one was like, okay, I'm starting to do the potty dance. It's time to pull off interstate, find somewhere to park and go. That one. And then the last one was like, I'm doing the potty dance and I can't hold it. I'm gonna scream. I can't take it no more. So it didn't take me long to get from point A to point B, y'all. Like, my bladder retention, I could have told her, but they have to do the test. So it didn't take me long. And she was just like, wow, your bladder's really weak. I'm like, yeah, we know this. Thanks, sis. So, you know, from that test, then they were, of course, said that I could go on to the next test, which was the cystoscopy. So basically from this one, they took a microscope, stuck it up my urinary tract and looked around. And that was how they determined I had interstitial cystitis. They saw the cyst, they saw the ulcer, and he actually stuck this wand in there and like zapped it. Didn't tell me he was doing that. Didn't tell me what was coming. He just did it and I almost jumped off the table because it hurt so bad. It felt like an electric shock inside my bladder. Okay, and it was supposed to have put some sort of like coating over it. That may have lasted for like 2 or 3 days. And then we went back to normal. So that didn't work. So after that, I mean, he put me on these medicines and all this stuff. And technically for there, they can't treat it. They can't treat the pain. Like, they can't give you anything for the pain. All they can do is basically tell you, you know, ways that you can manage it and try things on you. And I tried that for a while and nothing worked. Like, nothing gave me relief, and it was really frustrating. And so my thing was, I was like, okay, I guess I have to just try to stay away from these foods. That's really all I can do. Or try to drink water. That's really all I can do. And it's the hardest thing was figuring out what it was and them telling me like there was nothing I could do to get rid of it. You know, it's something that I'm gonna have to manage. That's the hardest part, because it's like I have to daily face the fact that the quality of my life has changed and I'm not the Vanessa that I was, and I can't do the things that I used to do. And I hate to talk like that, but it's the truth. And for a while, it was hard for me to grasp that. It was hard for me to wrap my mind around it. Like, your life is different, you know, and you have to move differently now. And you may not be able to go to the same places that you used to go or do the things you used to do, and adjusting. And it's still really hard, you guys. Like, I can't lie, like it triggers my anxiety, my depression sometimes, because I feel like I'm so young, and I feel like it puts such a damper in my life. You know, sometimes I don't even want to do things or go places because I'm in pain, or for fear of going somewhere and it coming on, and then I'm sick and like I'm in this pain, and everybody around me has to experience that, and I have to, I'm you know, pooping, I'm party pooping. And it's crazy, and it may sound weird, but it's like the only place I really enjoy going to is the club, because nobody questions somebody at the club that goes to the bathroom a lot. They just think you've been drinking, and you know, you just gotta pee, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I don't even really drink like that. Like, I don't, because alcohol, caffeine messes with thoughts or whatever. So it's rough. It's rough, and I could talk about this for hours. But really, I want to do an updated video. I want to try some different things. Really, the point of me putting this video out is because I want to try to find a community of people. I need to start talking about this more. I need to start pushing past it and challenging myself, and not letting it mess with my mind so much, because like I said, anxiety is real and depression is real, and it's rough, y'all. It's rough wanting to do so many things and wanting to just be normal and live a normal life with this not just blocking, it feels like, everything for me. But I'm okay. I'm working through it. I'm pushing through it. I'm gonna find the resources I need. You know, hopefully there's a treatment somewhere out there, you know, that can help me. And I'm gonna be victorious, and I'm gonna get through it. I'm in a lot of pain, even right now, talking to y'all. Like, I'm in pain right now, and I'm in pain a lot, you know, during my day. And a lot of people don't know, and I get misunderstood a lot. A lot of people think, oh, you're aggressive or you have attitude, and it's not that. It's just that I don't like, number one, dealing with this every day. You know, I went through the it's not fair. I went through the why me. I went through all of that, you know. And I still go through it sometimes, I'll be honest, you know. And it just makes it hard to stay positive and stay motivated. That's why I try to uplift, especially on social media. I try to get on and uplift. And really, I'm motivating myself because it can be such a dark cloud over my head sometimes. Just dealing with this every single day and the pain every single day and not sleeping every single day and having to use the bathroom 15 to 30 minutes every single day and having to drink water even when I don't want to drink water every single day, and knowing there's things I can't eat and drink every single day. It's like it is my life. It is my life. And the trick is not letting it control my life and not letting it impair my life. And that's where I'm at. So if you know anybody dealing with this, if you're dealing with this, if you know anything that may assist me, may help me, let me know. I'm open to have a conversation, any conversation, because I just want to get better. I will get better. And thank you for watching this video. Thank you for allowing me to be me. I appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.